This video is a do-it-yourself for the telescoping steering wheel fix, which is a Mazda issue. There's a TSB out on it. You can't see it on the screen. Mazda did do a TSB on it, and basically at a dealership this job is about $100, $125. I figured out you can do it for next to nothing, under $5. What you'll need is a 12mm socket, some kind of head light, or any kind of light for that matter, because where we're going to be working is down under the pedals and it's dark. Gloves, obviously optional. You will be working with this grease, so I do recommend them. And then something to wipe down the area we're going to be working in. It gets messy. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is take out your mat, which gives you a good thing to kneel on, and then we're going to be taking off this here and that one there, and they're plastic. You don't need a tool, you just use your hand and unscrew them, and then we're going to be taking this black cover off. It just pops out. Have those out, you just pick it up from the bottom, kind of get your fingers underneath it, pull these top two things off first. Pops right off, and then you just pull it off just like that. We'll set this stuff aside for now, and I do apologize if this video is shaky. I'm doing it from a cell phone. Okay, so what this exposes is the steering shaft, and what this is called is the pinch bolt. This is what we're going to be taking off. Basically, the telescoping steering shaft is right here, and what happens if you have this problem? In my case, my vehicle is making knocking noises at low speeds and while going over bumps or while shifting. So, and it was just getting louder and louder and more annoying. So this is the second time I did this job. The first time when I opened this up, it was completely bone dry. There wasn't a shred of grease in there at all. And once I loaded this back up with grease and put it all back together, it fixed the problem. Anyway, so what we're going to do is take off this pinch bolt. But before we do that, what you want to do is make sure your car make sure that your wheels are straight and that your steering wheel matches, because what you're going to want to do is, once you have that accomplished, what you're going to do is put a line with a black marker here and here to make, so when we put this back together, your steering wheel is as straight as when you took everything apart. So again, line on the outer and the inner. So when we put it back together, it matches up. Once you have the pinch bolt out, that bolt was right here, you're going to want to come to your steering wheel and release the telescoping lever there, so then your wheel can freely go in and out again. And what that allows you to do is pick this up and take it right off. Okay, so all I did was lightly lift that up, and as you can see now, you can see how this goes into that. This is the telescoping mechanism. And if this dries out, you have issues. Okay, so now what you do is you bring it out into the open, and you can see the grease that I had recently put in there is on this. And what you do is you just pull it, kind of a little bit tricky, but you just pop it right out and set it down. Okay? Then you would come to your grease. Alright, get the grease, put it on your fingers, and just start to pack it in there. The Mazda forum says use roughly 5 ounces. I really don't know how to measure that, so what I did was put, I don't know, 5 or 6 good globs in there, and that worked for me. Okay, so then once you have that done, you would simply put this back into there. Okay, so you put your grease in there and you put the shaft back in there. Again, making sure that I didn't put lines on mine. I don't know how I know, but so just put the line there and line there and match it back up. Put it back together. Put this back onto that bottom gear. if your steering wheel is straight and your wheels are straight, which they will be since the car is not on and we have not moved them, all you have to do is put your pinch bolt back on, tighten that down, tightening the pinch bolt. Mazda TSB, the bulletin says 13.8 to 19.5 pounds per square inch of tightness. And once you have that done, you would put your cover back on, and those two screws that went there and there, since they're push screws, you would just push them back on. Go to your steering wheel at that point and grab it and push it in and out a few times, and you'll feel it that if this was what you needed, you'll know right away, because it'll feel stiffer and firmer. And then I would go for a slow test drive to make sure everything's working properly, and hopefully that would be the fix. Good luck, guys, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.